Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting edition of Omnibros Live on a Thursday night. It's Manga night, and I'm Gio of Manga Geekdom, joined by the insufferable Omnibus Collector. Riley, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Sorry for the live chatters. You guys are anxiously waiting for our debut or whatever, and yeah, we were just having too much fun talking about stuff that we can't talk on air. So there you go. Thank you everybody for joining tonight. We're going to talk we got some solicits, we got some rants, we got some news, we got some uh, maybe some minor controversies in the works in the realm of anime, manga. We'll see. We got stuff from Seven Seas, we got stuff from Discotech, we got uh, reads because I read a new manga that's out on Manga Plus that I want to talk about because it is insane in the best way possible and could easily be. I'm already calling it. Could easily be one of my favorites of 2025. I'm calling it. But most importantly, we got to talk about our sponsor, InStockTrades.com, making tonight's broadcast happen. It's your shop for collected editions, all the omnibus, all the hardcovers, all the manga, all the trade paperbacks that you could want. You can find over there at great discounted prices that range from 42 to 55% off at times, sometimes even more. Free shipping in the US at $50 or more. And there's a loyalty discount, which adds an extra 2% discount to your order if you make it on a week by week basis. And of course, wonderful packaging, great customer service, all that and more when you visit InStockTrades.com. Let's share the website so you can see it if you're brand new to this whole game. Here's the main site. Of course, you got your current deals of the week, which we reveal on the Monday Omnibros stream. So if you want to join for that, we reveal those at the end of previews. That's always a lot of fun. People look forward to that. Right now, you can get that Astro City Metro book, DC Finest, Green Arrow. Gachakuda is the one manga deal of the week. You got Doctor Strange, Marvel Masterworks, all that for great discounted prices, as well as all the other new releases, as you can see here, some deluxes, some manga, some, a little bit of everything, and your top sellers. We were joking around on Monday about low, because this is an insane price. $7.49 for the low deluxe edition hardcover. I paid close to retail when that came out, like back in 2018, I think. So, or 17. So there you go.
They must have had a good amount of those.
Yeah, way too many copies.
Because that's the DCBS exclusive variant cover. So that means you could only get it from IST, DCBS, maybe Tales of Wonder. So I'm guessing they probably overestimated the interest in that, or maybe they just had a lot more people go for the standard. Right. But man, getting that for like less than $8 is wild.
Less than a manga volume. I mean, look at Cat from Our World, which I love. That's $9. So for $7, you get a full deluxe oversized hardcover from Rick Remender.
They're big. They're bigger than like an omnibus edition. So like, and Greg Tocchini's artwork in that is just stellar. I like it.
Yeah, I dig it.
He did part of Uncanny X-Force, and I think that turned a lot of people off to his art because like the inking and coloring on that was a little bit muddy, but here it's so beautiful. And like it makes sense that Gio likes this because it's kind of like a mermaid thing.
I didn't even think about it. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that fact.
Because it's like a kind of a horror-ish series that takes place like deep under the sea. That's why it's called Low.
Yeah. The radiation in the Earth's surface is toast, so people are living in the ocean and stuff. So also IST has the red tag sale. Forgot to mention that. You can check it out for more discounted books and all that jazz. So go check them out. InStockTrades.com. Bing. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining all the chatters. Kane was number one. Let's go. Our number one mod, too, as voted by the people. Or so I've heard. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. Harvey, has anyone read Ultra Heaven Volume 1 yet? I have not. I don't have a copy. Sorry.
It hasn't. I don't think it actually came out yet.
It was listed on previews this week. I did talk about it on Monday.
Was it? Okay. It got kicked around so much that I have no idea.
Sir, I will have you know that not just Godzilla, but Sonic too. Here's Sonic right there. Come on now.
Oh, Godzilla.
Thank you for joining, Josh. Sorry.
I thought you were talking about how the next Godzilla and Sonic movies are both coming out at like the same time.
That's going to be the best month of all time.
I saw someone make a joke that like they were like, and I can tell you who the antagonist should be in both as well, and they put
yeah,
and Chaos.
That would be fun, yeah. Although people might get them confused and say, like, what are they doing? One is imitating the other, which they kind of are.
The Chaos form definitely looks a lot like Biollanthe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see exactly who's selling. I'm looking at the listing for Ultra Heaven, and the listing says that it was available last month, which I don't think was true. And none of the retailers are actually Amazon, which is never a good sign. Let me double check.
Kane, I am so happy that you got Rooster Fighter. Let's go. Volume 1. I'm so excited for you. I wish I could untrain my brain, erase the memories of Rooster Fighter so that I could experience Volume 1 again and the absurdity and awesomeness of that manga. Yes, I like it that much.
Okay, it is, according to Barnes & Noble, available. I think it just...
Wow, thank you for joining.
So much, it just went under my radar.
Javier Hernandez, thank you for joining, sir. I'm Elon, thank you for joining. I'm working my way through Ikoku. By Ikoku, you mean Maison Ikoku?
Or Ikoku Nikki.
Okay. Josh, InStock told me Kamui arrived and will be there on Tuesday, dropping news they didn't even know. Well, I got a surprise. Well, we got a surprise for you, Josh. Hold on. There we go. I'm going to take myself out the screen. Wait a minute. There we go. Look at that.
I just got it today, just like a couple hours ago, maybe. But I'll give you all the look at the book. So it is a paperback, but it is rather large. I think similar in trim size, if not the exact same. I haven't measured it up to the rest of my D&Q books, but I'm pretty sure it's the same trim size as D&Q books. Which means that it's a little.
Is it like a Visbig or a little bit bigger?
This is Visbig size, and it is both taller and a tad wider.
Nice.
So, oh wait, let me.
Yeah,
okay.
Just
taller and.
Okay.
So that's the size difference to like a Visbig. So it is bigger.
And for anybody wondering, those are going to be 10 volumes for those for that series.
I don't know if each of them is going to be roughly the same length, because I think they've only put out the information about the second volume.
Right.
But this one is just over 600 pages, and it does have kind of an obi around the middle here.
Oh, wait. Let me see it. Oh, the middle part. Okay.
Yeah, that is an obi, so I can take that off. It's actually there are stickers keeping it in place on the inside. So just little clear stickers, and there's the uninterrupted cover, the spine, and the back cover. So you do have the option of displaying that without that obi wrapped around it, if you would like.
If I end up getting it, I would display it with the obi.
Yeah, I probably will too. I actually like the spine with the Obi better than without. But it's funny that we had two big anticipated releases of 2025 come out around the same time, both of which had Obis, this one and Vagabond. And we don't get many books with those. So it's kind of interesting to note.
Harvey got Ultra Heaven Volume 1 2 weeks ago. Okay. Damn. All right, dude. Hell yeah.
You can
I
turn on.
didn't know it was out. Or are you a time traveler? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks from now.
Mason could be your book. Elon, I'm so sorry. I don't pay attention to a lot of things. My bad. I didn't even know that was happening on my Discord. Oh man, all right.
I got like 30, I think 31 books, maybe more, came in today, and that's the only one I'm going to show because I didn't feel like bringing everything in here. But it's also the one that I knew like probably more people would be interested in seeing, because everything else is pretty standard, just like new releases from the past 2 or 3 weeks or something.
Right.
Did you have anything that you picked up?
I did, but I don't have it here with me. So, hold on. Wait a minute. Here's a question for you. Omnibus Collector, you're live with Steph before the ban was hilarious. Did the ban happen while y'all were still live?
No, well, I think while Steph was still live, but I jumped off. Because like we were trying to watch some One Piece, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna jump off, and then I think within the next like 20 minutes or something, the ban happened. Because like I opened TikTok again a few more times, and like I saw it shut down, and then I sent a screen cap to like our friends Discord page, that like Steph, myself, Colleen, and Fatima and several others are in, and then Steph like confirmed and was like, yeah, and sent the same thing that had gone down. And then of course 14 hours later it was back up. And I think Steph like technically got in trouble for that live because we were just showing like smut and stuff, and like Steph was showing her like statues of Leon and Nanami with like their dicks out and like actual like images that you could stick on there.
Hell
And
yeah.
so we were just going all out because we were like, I think I said like, what are they gonna do? Ban us? Like,
Yeah, if it's going down, let's go, baby.
and
Let's
then it
burn
was
it
back
to the
the next
ground.
day, and I was like, oh no. I was like, did we get in trouble? And she shared something, and I think like technically she got in trouble for it, but like I don't think they did anything. Like they didn't suspend her account or anything like that. Because I don't know. Maybe someone there like actually had a half of a brain and was like, oh, like yeah, they thought that nothing was gonna happen, so whatever. But yeah,
Right.
it was funny.
Look what I got. Literally got this a couple hours ago.
Yay, a couple hours ago, male fam. Yeah, Poe Clan.
I got my Poe clan thing. I'm part of the clan now, baby. Legit. You've all seen it, so it's nothing new, but it's pretty cool. I dig it. I'll just show the art from one of the books inside. What about what's the name of the book that people were talking about this week? Like, did it actually come out from this creator?
Was it They Were 11?
Yeah. Did it come out or
No.
no?
No, and that like sometimes it's hard to tell with stuff. But that one, I don't think that Denpa updated the distributors about the release date. And so it was still listed on like Amazon and various places as like it should be out this Tuesday, 2 days ago, but
Right.
it obviously did not actually come out, and they haven't. When something has come out from Denpa because they will post about it
Exactly.
on their Twitter. Like you, so I just
I
went
thought
over.
about it. It was kind of weird because I saw radio silence. I'm like, I don't think it's out.
I went down like their tweets for a little while, and I was like, okay, so that one's out. Yeah, they never talked about the last thing that they said was like it's at the printers or something like that, and like they're excited to get their office copies in, but that isn't there. And you know what's funny, kind of on the same note, is Udon has their two new Mega Man books,
Right.
Mr. Mega Man and Little Mega Man, and they were supposed to come out a little while ago. Also, Ultraman Henshin Hero Husband or whatever was supposed to come out like in November or something. Anyway, so the Mega Man ones, I was seeing conflicting report of their release dates. So I was looking all over the place online, and I went to their Twitter page and I was looking through their posts to see if they said anything about it. And right after I concluded that no, they were not out this week, like literally 2 or 3 minutes later, I saw a notification that Udon had posted that they got their office copy, and they're like, these should be in stores next week. So I was like, I just spent like 20 minutes going down the rabbit hole trying to figure out, because I think it was like after I was placing my order of new books that came out this week, and then I went to try and check like stuff from previous weeks, and I was like, no, that's not available, this is not available, this is not available. So that's what happened, and we do get those two Mega Mans next week.
Mega Man's. I'm looking at Harvey's post on Omnidog's Vault Discord. This is like a cross promo here. Harvey tagged me on the on his haul. Can I show it? I mean, it's just books, right? But he does have Ultra Heaven here.
Nice. It gets hard to tell sometimes these days, since like Crunchy is not as reliable with new releases as like Right Stuff was. It's really hard to keep up with like everything that gets delayed and like when it's coming out and stuff like that, especially if like you're like me and you don't do any in-store shopping.
Right.
I don't have much to gauge as far as being like, oh, I saw that at the store.
Bob got Boxer Volume 9. Nice.
I think.
Wait, Bob. Hold on, Bob. Sorry. 2 more books. So I got that, and my copy of Otaku Vampire's Love Bite Volume 2. Excited to read that. Finally got my copy of Thunder 3 Volume 2. Excited to read that as well. And it's not manga, but it is Omnibros Live, so I do have to mention it. I was going to save it for Monday, but I love you guys so much that, hold on.
You can talk about it on Monday too. You're the host.
Right. DC Finest Aquaman, King of Atlantis, also grabbed it. This is my first DC Finest book, and I was not expecting such a thick trade. Like, look at this. Okay. It looks great. I don't know what the restoration thing they did here or whatever, but I like how it looks. It's very saturated and nice and beautiful looking. And I'm a huge fan of Aquaman, so hell yeah, I was going to grab this one. I hope they put out more. There is the promise of more because, you know, they go through the years and all that stuff. And this one, it says 1957 to 1962. So I would assume they want to put out some more stuff. This would be a great way to collect Aquaman stuff and not have to worry about an omnibus edition. I mean, well, then again, they are 2 for 2 because we have 2 amazing Aquaman omnibus, yet Marvel refuses to put out an Inhumans omnibus. So I trust DC a lot more than Marvel with stuff. So
does Marvel have Inhumans epics yet?
Nope.
They're just like completely. When's the last time that an Inhumans collection came out?
Death of the Inhumans from Death of the Inhumans from Homie, which I'm forgetting the name of. And then there was the
Future King. Was that before or after that?
I think it was around the same time. And then there was an omnibus that has Death of the Inhumans in it. So I think technically that would have been the last Inhuman stuff to be released in collected edition.
It's like after they did that, like not only have they wiped the Inhumans from like current books, but they wiped the Inhumans from like reprints as well.
I know.
That's wild. And I literally did not, like, you posted yesterday or whatever about that Strike Force Morituri, and I completely forgot that like Marvel is. I'm at this point insulted for you.
I know. Thank you.
Marvel has been announcing things like Strike Force and what's the one from that like little universe of books that like cross gen, is that it?
Cross gen. Yeah.
They've done like one or two cross gen books. I'm like, how in the hell are you gonna do cross gen?
My argument or my thing is, which I say on Mondays, is that this is the stuff you put out once you've done every other superhero.
Right.
Because your bread and butter, your like claim to fame are the superheroes. Like, cool, you got that other stuff. That's fine. But put out all your heroes and then start putting out this miscellaneous stuff. I don't want to insult the books just in case somebody's a fan of them. But yeah.
I guess if you wanted to count like books that I have it right here under my computer actually that have like the Inhumans in them, the Decimation Omnibus has Son of M.
Oh yeah, technically that is the latest one, quote unquote, because there is Son of M.
This came out and it does have Son of M, which because people in the chat definitely care, which was a mini series that followed House of M that focused on Pietro Quicksilver, who was married to the Inhuman Crystal at the time, and he loses his power as part of M Day. And Pietro's power, his speed power, is almost like a drug to him. So he decides that he wants to get it back because he like cannot. He's like going through withdrawal of like not having his power. So he decides to go to his wife's home on the blue side of the moon where the Inhumans live. And if you are unaware, the Inhumans use a process called Terrigenesis to develop their powers. And so Terrigenesis is like you inhale the Terrigen mists, you're like bathed in Terrigen mists that come out of the crystals, the Terrigen crystals, and Quicksilver steals crystals and basically just like mainlines the Terrigen crystals into his body. And it gives him his power back, but to like the nth degree. So now instead of being fast, he can like instantly teleport places, like instant transmission Dragon Ball Z style.
So he becomes a meth head basically for that comic.
He is literally addicted to speed in this comic. And he gets basically the Inhumans get angry at him and therefore decide to start a war with the Earth. And so that miniseries, Son of M, leads into another miniseries called The Silent War. Called because Black Bolt, leader of the Inhumans, cannot speak. That's he doesn't speak because of his power. So Silent War, which then is part of what leads into like the whole like cosmic saga with like War of Kings and stuff. That's part of the thing that goes into all of that. So if anyone here are like American Western comic readers and like omnibus collectors who got onto the whole like cosmic Marvel train when they were doing like Annihilation Conquest and like War of Kings, that material was actually, I think Son of M and Silent War were both in Road to War of Kings, along with the
I think so. Yeah. Rise
and Fall of the Shi'ar Empire and like other X-related books, but all of that leads into this giant like thing. So yeah, humans, and now they just throw them away. And like Medusa, and I mean Medusa's dope, Black Bolt's dope. The whole royal family is dope as hell, and that's why it's like so disheartening that they just wave them away. Like Black Bolt's powers and the extent of what they've shown like he's capable of doing. I love a character. I'm sorry to keep rambling. I know you appreciate
No. Do it.
The Black Bolt's powers are so like simplistic, but they do something with his powers that I love seeing in anything, whether it's comics, anime, manga, whatever, where you have a really simple power that they expand upon in such interesting ways that you're like, oh, I've never thought about it like that before. One of my favorite examples of Black Bolt's power being during the Illuminati, where he screams so loud he opens an interdimensional rift and they hide one of the gems in there. I was like, that's just fucking genius. I love this shit. Like I eat that stuff up. So yeah, justice for the Inhumans. They're such cool characters. Marvel's royal family.
William, thank you, William Lee. Chat. When do we bombard Omar for Inhuman Omnibus? I'm a good guy. I don't like doing that. But Jess, it gets mad at me and says like you should do that. I'm like I don't want to do that because that can get annoying. But if you guys want to carefully suggest it in the near-mint condition chats, go for it. Yeah.
I think
go ahead. Sorry.
The poll is coming up, the most wanted poll. And I mean, like, if you wanted to like really push people to like vote for it, the ones that are at the top of those results pretty much wind up getting printed these days.
That was my thing. I was pissed off because last time people went nuts voting for stuff that we know is going to happen, like one of the regular X-Men books and one of the regular Spider-Man books. I'm like, guys, these aren't niche properties that they have to fight for votes. These will be made. And they're like, we want Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6. Like, no shit. That is going to happen. What are you doing? But seeing the Strike Force solicit pissed me off so much that I am in the process of mentally preparing myself to restart that campaign for the Inhumans Omnibus. So expect more of that on the regular Omnibros stream. Not on this one, but yeah.
If you got the chance to, like, I don't know when Omar will do a stream. Like, I don't remember what he's done in the past for like the thing, but I'm sure he does streams where like he and other people talk about like options of stuff to vote for. And I feel like we need to have you go on to whatever stream that is and just be like, people vote for the freaking Inhumans. Like, lay them out.
This was, by the way, this was the info from last year. Sorry, from the poll.
That's so dumb. 79.
And it was they reported 60 upwards, I think, to Marvel.
Was that the only Inhumans one, or did they have?
Oh, they had they mapped out pretty much everything. They had a volume 2. They had the Charles Soule. They had the volume 3 with the Jay Lee and oh my gosh, what's the writer for the Jenkins? Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. So.
God, man, I would, and if you don't get a chance to do that, I'm gonna find out because I'm in all the chats with like Omar where they talk about doing new shows and stuff. I'm gonna be like, Omar, which one? And then I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna argue for Inhumans because it's like I don't want to be selfish about things that I know like basically anything X-Men that I want is going to happen. I know that basically anything Spider-Man that I want is going to happen. At this point, because of stuff like ROM, Micronauts,
Godzilla.
Godzilla, like all these different things that are popping up, like there are so many different things that are like going to happen. And it's just at this point crazy that of all the Marvel proper characters, we still have nothing for Inhumans. We had Squirrel Girl went before the Inhumans. Spider-Gwen and Gwenpool went before and nothing against any of those characters, but just the fact that the Inhumans have been around since almost the beginning of the Silver Age, and these other characters that are like youngsters in comparison, like
right, yeah.
Like I have all of those omnibus that I just rattled off. Like I have Squirrel Girl, I have Spider-Gwen, I have the other Spider-Gwen book, I have the Gwenpool book, and I love those books. I love all of them, but like not having Inhumans is crazy.
It's a glaring hole in any Marvel collector's library. Yes, Hacker Arcade.
And
it's my language, baby.
Masterworks for them as well, so it's like the hard part's done.
Right. Yeah.
Just throw it up onto an omnibus.
The Marvel Masterworks, there are 2 volumes of that, and you can just do those in one. There's a story behind that, but I'm not going to say it. I'm going to save it for later. Let's get back to the manga stuff. By the way, 104 was Alf. That's
At least they beat Alf. The only other things, I think if I go in next time, if I get to talk about possible things to vote on, it's going to be Inhumans and a bunch of licensed shit like Alf, Indiana Jones,
Indiana
Barbie,
Jones would be great. Yeah.
Transformers.
Let's go back. I love this, but let's go back to the manga.
Yeah, I'm sorry for everyone and anyone who didn't care about that. But did you have anything that you read this week? Because I know you know something that I read this week that I want to talk about.
Well, I read. I mean, we have the main topic where I read Stellar Friends, and I'm currently trying to finish reading this. I got delayed a week, and I apologize to my subscribers, but I was supposed to put out a video on this on the Fighting for Tomorrow hardcover, but I forgot, or I didn't forget. I was just. It's been a crazy week, and it's busy, and I don't know, but yeah.
I'm gonna get to reading that pretty soon. Hopefully this weekend. I don't have much going on. We have D&D on Saturday, but that's it.
Oh,
but I wanted to talk about, if you don't mind, because you also enjoy this, Thunder 3.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the conspiracy.
That. I mean, I said it in my video, First Impressions. I think it is, but I don't want it to be the case. I want it to be like an intern that worked for him, or a collab or something, because it's too obvious, right?
For clarity, what we're saying is, I posted this on Twitter, so maybe people saw this, but I believe, and I'm not the only one, I'm late to the game, and I looked it up, and I'm far from the first person to say this. I think that this is done by Hiroya Oku, the same creator as Gantz and Gigant and Inuyashiki.
Inuyashiki.
Gio's talked about what this series is before, and so I don't really need to mention what it's about, but like literally as soon as I started reading, because you mentioned like it kind of feels like something like Gantz, like because you have characters that are thrown into this world and like they fight against some aliens and stuff like that. And so it kind of does feel like, having the, characters from Gantz thrown back into Japan, where they now have to fight after they have died. They have to fight against aliens and stuff.
The alien creature thing.
And so it feels very similar in narrative, but as Gio is showing, a lot of the artwork is extremely close. Like the characters, the way the characters are drawn, but also the photorealistic backgrounds are like exactly the same. And someone commented on my Twitter post, my tweet, that the mech design and 3D modeling person, Takehiko Hoashi, is the same person who's worked with Oku in the past. Now, aside from the narrative vibe and the art vibe, and this person that's worked under Oku in the past, my other thing that I want to say is I looked into Oku has, in the past few years since he wrapped up Gigant, has only been working on the Gantz spinoff, Gantz E, the one that I think is in the Edo period.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't draw that. He only does the writing on that one. And this series, Thunder 3, has been going on since after Gigant ended.
Right. Yeah.
So it leaves him kind of open. Further, I looked up briefly. I didn't look that deep. I didn't try. It is inhumane. I didn't try to find that much information, but the places that I did look, the creator, Yuki Ikeda, has no past credits and has no personal information. There's nothing about this person on the internet at all that I was able to find. So to me, it makes it seem like it's a pen name. But my theory, my idea is, I think that the gag manga, the shonen gag manga that these characters belong to, the Thunder 3, the series within the series, is by Yuki Ikeda. So I believe that's supposed to be Yuki Ikeda. And here, I'll show. so that is the way that the series starts. You just get this like shonen gag manga type artwork, and then the characters go into the
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 other alternate Earth.
the quote unquote real world. And I think that
Yeah.
this real world or alternate world, that is by Oku. So Ikeda is like a pen name for Oku that he's using to create a series within the series.
Or it could be like a Gurihiru clamp situation where it's a team of people working. Like they created an artist name, but it's multiple people working on the book. You got the mechanical designer, you got all the other creators.
Yeah, which that is a possibility, but I think it would be, because I'm thinking it might be something where like it's a revelation that happens later in the series, like maybe someone in the realistic world like has a book that they open, and
Mm-hmm.
it's actually like, because these books also are designed to look like, old school like comic books
Comics.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So it makes me think that maybe they have like show someone with a magazine, they open the magazine, and it shows the book that they're reading in the real world uh is written by Yuki Ikeda. So
Right.
that's what I'm thinking might be the possibility, but this is the conspiracy that I'm sticking to. I really do think when you look
That's a
at the
fun one.
artwork, it's so close to being to being Oku's, that like it's hard to argue against it.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
I guarantee also, if it is actually, look at this page with like a alien and the gutter lost right there, but still the alien and all the guns. That is so like, that could be a picture right out of Gantz.
Exactly.
Um, but one last note on that: if it is Oku, I think that not only that the publisher in Japan, which I believe is Kodansha, not only would Kodansha Japan have known, but I
Okay.
bet Kodansha Japan, as they like, either they had it on a pitch deck for Kodansha US as far as like licenses they might want to pick up. They might have shown it to them and been like, this series is actually by Hiroya Oku, who you already have licensed and released Inuyashiki for, like, so you might want to get this. Obviously, he's a big name. So I feel like the publishers probably, if this is true, the publishers are likely already fully aware of it, and it's not going to be a surprise to them. It's just going to be a surprise to readers, even though it clearly, a lot of people believe it to be true either way.
Let's see if I can do this. Look at that.
It's so close.
It's almost the same damn thing.
It's like, it's almost like, I want to say ultimately I'm going to guess that Thunder 3 is a backdoor, like, kind of hidden spin-off to Gantz.
That'd be fun. Yeah. So, yeah. Are they the same, chat? People watching, let us know in the comments down below. Appreciate it.
I think if you're a fan of any of Oku's titles, you should definitely check it out. But I think even if you're not, like, it is a really fun, and Gio's pitched it to people a few times already, but like, it's so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Listen to him, listen to me, listen to both of us. Like, definitely.
Basically, in a nutshell, because we're already talking about it, those three kids, they find a disc or a DVD and they put it in, and it opens a portal to another world. And the shtick is that they're like a gag shown in manga, and that other world is like hyper detailed, and they're aliens. And when the kids go into that world, they might have superpowers. So it's very action packed, and it's a rescue mission because the main protagonist's sister is kidnapped when she ventures into that world as well. So a lot of fun. It's ending in Japan soon-ish, or it's in its final arc. So it won't be a super long manga to collect. Let's see. We can segue into this. Did you all see the One Piece Netflix Lego announcement?
Yes.
I know you're excited. You can take that one because I don't know much. It was just a brief teaser, right? Or the
Yeah. So I think I talked about it on this channel briefly with Josh on a previous episode.
Probably, yep.
He did bring it up briefly, but it was sometime in the middle of December. The leaks came out, and we know about 5 different series. But today, they officially announced it. So it's official. Oda released a statement about it, and I know like that dude is so excited about this because I remember I remembered that he had posted a cover art, colored cover art of for Fishman Island, where it was the Straw Hats like in a Lego place. So it is going to be based on the live action. We know that there are, or from the leaks, we know that there are 5 different sets. The first set is, I have the numbers here actually, is 301 pieces for $30. We don't know what they are yet. The second set is 573 pieces for $50. The third set is 926 pieces for $80. The fourth set is 1,376 pieces for $100, which is a really good price. All of those are well priced, but like $100 for almost 1,400 pieces is super well priced. They could have easily gone to 150 on that. And then the biggest set, and the only one that's going to be one of the 18 plus sets, is 3,400 pieces. I don't remember what the price is. I think it's somewhere between $350 and $400. I saw a rumor that I don't believe. I don't think this is going to be true, but I did see a rumor of people saying that the 18 plus set is going to be based on the manga / anime and not on the live action. I don't think that's true.
I don't think so. Yeah.
It would be cool, but I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure it's all going to be based on the Netflix series, which at the end of the day, like honestly, it doesn't matter. Like
it doesn't matter because it's going to be tunified, if you will, and it's going to look like the manga. So.
The minifigures will look a little bit different, I guess, to like look like the movie characters,
the actors, yeah.
But mostly the sets themselves are kind of going to look like something that would have come out of the anime either way. So that didn't really like bother me, and we don't know what the sets are, but my guess is if I was to make a guess, this is not necessarily what I want, but my assumption is the biggest set might be the Baratier, and then the second biggest set might be the Going Merry. Now, in a perfect world, the biggest set, the 3,400, is going to be a super detailed Going Merry, and I would be very happy with that. But just judging by like other sets that I've seen from Lego, I don't think they'd put 3,400 pieces to a ship about that size. If they did, I'd be ecstatic. I'd be so happy. But I just think like from a adapting of the series type of way, the Baratier is the best like thing that I can think about that would fit into 3,400 pieces. Someone on replied to a tweet that I made earlier about it, saying that they think maybe Arlong Park. I hope it's not, because 3,400 pieces is not enough for a good like 1-to-1 scale with the minifigures Arlong Park. And so you'd wind up sacrificing a lot of like scale, like a lot of the size, for if they did Arlong Park, or a lot of detail, both of which I wouldn't really want them to do. A good example of something where they sacrificed a lot of size was actually last November's X Mansion. It was a very cool set, had a lot of cool stuff with it, a lot of cool details, but ultimately it was very small compared to the other big buildings from the Marvel universe that we've gotten. Other sets that I think it'd be cool, maybe they do like Shanks saving Luffy from the big old monster. That could be a decent one. I know they're doing something with Buggy, because A, they have to, but B, I saw a leak of like a Buggy, I think his hat piece. So they're doing something with Buggy. So I don't know if they'll do like, Battle at the Big Top or something like that. They always give it like fun names. And have like Buggy and
what would be a set you would not want them to make? What
Well,
could be the lamest one, or a cash grab, or something?
I would definitely. I honestly wouldn't want them to make Arlong Park at all because I don't think that Arlong Park visually is interesting. Because it's just a giant pagoda. Like it's
Okay.
which they've done like pagoda before, like as sets, and so it wouldn't be anything that like interesting compared to doing the ships or doing, um, Buggy's Big Top or something like that. Um, well, they can't do Laboon just yet, but I think if they did season 2 sets, they could, and I honestly think that they should, though it probably wouldn't be 1-to-1 because Laboon's big enough to have an entire like environment inside of him.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't think they'd be able to do that, but I do think Laboon would be a good set to make. Um, I
That's
also
cool, man.
can think of other things that I wouldn't like. I think it'd be lame if they tried to do like Kaya's mansion from the Usopp episodes. Like I don't know that I don't think I'd be very happy about that one. I feel like a pretty interesting one would be if they had the set on like Axehand Morgan's base with like Zoro like strung up on the uh on the gallery.
Oh, that could be a thing. Yeah.
I'm interested if they do because there are some of the characters, and obviously the live action hasn't scaled people like they are in the manga or anime, but like some of the characters are huge for no
Hmm.
reason. Like you have characters like Luffy is like 5 foot something, and then like you'll have someone who's like 11 feet tall for no reason. Um, if they do something like that, I wonder what they would do with the mini figures, like to make them scale.
11. Yeah.
For instance, the Sonic sets for Eggman, they give him like super long legs and like a different sized torso. Um, and some of the big ones like the Hulk and Thanos and stuff are these big burly minifigures. So I'm wondering what they would do for like super tall. Like, let's say they did like Katakuri later on. Like Katakuri is huge, or like Kaido. Kaido is massive. They could just do a whole entire like brick built figure for some of these bigger characters. But I'm excited. At the
Yeah.
very least, I'm assuming that whatever the biggest set is going to be something that I want, and I'm going to buy it. And I'm hoping that the other sets are also going to be things that I want so that I can also buy them. But I am also kind of like fearing for my wallet because if all of them are something that I want, then that's going to be like what, $600 or something that I have to invest in One Piece
Woo.
Lego come this August. So because they're I believe they're set to come out in August.
Damn. And are you gonna get the Game Boy one as well? I know it's not One Piece, but it is Lego.
I might do that, but the Game Boy one is, I think it's going to be small because I think it's going to be similar to the NES. I think it's going to be scale.
Yeah,
Uh,
to the actual handheld.
and we saw the teaser for the Game Boy. They showed like little like a cross piece and the little button pieces,
Mhm.
and they were all just like small pieces. So, excuse me, the way that in my head that it scales, it's going to wind up being basically like
A
like
1-to-1.
1-to-1
Yeah.
scale. Um,
We'll
of
see.
the
Yeah.
toy. So I think like I think the point that I'm making is it'll probably be cheap. It'll
Okay.
probably be like it'll be sub $100, or something else that I could imagine them doing is like the NES set came with the TV and it had Mario like jumping around.
Mhm.
So I'm imagining and then the Atari set, rather than having a TV, it came with the cartridges and
Right. Yeah.
little like miniature dioramas
Mhm.
based on each of the games. And I feel like something that the Game Boy set could possibly do to make it a little more interesting is make individual cartridges based on some of the more popular OG Game Boy games. and then maybe also do little dioramas, or at least have a little selection of minifigures based on some of those games.
I could see Tetris,
Absolutely.
Kirby,
Yeah,
and the Mario game, the
Mario Land.
Mario Lands, yeah, or Metroid. Could please somebody do something with Metroid, please?
Metroid 2,
Metroid 2.
Samus.
Yep.
It'd be cool if they did little like grayscale.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, yep.
That'd be really funny. Or little grayscale like brick built 8-bit figures.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they split it up. Maybe it's bigger and it's like a bigger screen, so then like they could have a little scene happening on the screen. Who knows? My assumption is it's going to be small, and I think that they're going to up the price by adding extra stuff into it.
Right. Plus, it has that Nintendo tax, so
yeah, which isn't always that bad, but like Zelda suffered from that, and some of the Mario sets suffer from that, but it's not always terrible.
Okay. Perfect
for Nintendo.
Love to hear that. Let's do a quick transition while we're at it. Where's Omar? Omar, where you at? Hold on.
I thought you meant like he was joining us. Like, what's
no. Well, in spirit.
What's Dad doing?
Let's go to some solicits. Let's hit the first one here. We're gonna go to Otaku Magazine, and they revealed through an article here that Dark Horse is getting ready to release more Go Tanabe H.P. Lovecraft adaptations. The next one is H.P. Lovecraft's. There we go. The Color Out of Space. This one comes out in July of this year, priced at $15. Thoughts on this one? I mean, at this point, we all know they're going to keep pumping these out, so it's not a huge surprise, but it's pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've loved all of these so far. I think it's very clear that either these are doing very well for them, or someone at Dark Horse just really likes these and wants to keep pushing them out.
Was this, sorry to interrupt, was this the one that got adapted into a movie?
There is a movie. I believe this is the one that had the adaptation with Nicolas Cage.
Right, yeah, with the purple stuff in it.
Yeah, let me double check.
The blue on the cover here is throwing me off, but the name reminds me of the Nick Cage movie.
Yes, yeah, that was an adaptation.
Okay. Nice.
From 2019. It was pretty fun. I remember enjoying that. It had some decent body horror at the end. So yeah, I am definitely looking forward to this one. I am familiar with the story from the movie itself. I don't know how to read books without pictures, so I've never read the actual.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I've never read any of the Lovecraft books. So,
which sorry. I think is why these adaptations are so great, because people like us who don't know how to read, or people like myself, I don't want to put you in the same category because you maybe you do know how to read. I don't know. But people like myself who don't know how to read, all the pretty pictures make this a lot more palatable. But Tanabe's art, I can say this I've said it a million times, I'll say it a million times more, but his artwork is just so fantastically like perfect for adapting Lovecraft stories. Just using very moody, deep darks and shadows and stuff, and all of it just works so well. And I mentioned when we were talking about our favorites of 2024, like the hardcover edition of At the Mountains of Madness was like my favorite physical book that came out as far as manga goes last year. And I'm hoping that book did well enough that on top of releasing more of these in paperback, that they'll do more of them in hardcover, because there's so much, like you could tell from just the cover here, there's so much detail in his work that shines so much when you blow it up onto these larger pages.
Josh, this is one of my favorite stories, yes, but the Nick Cage movie missed the mark to this. The original is about a farm in the 1800s alone for like a year. Okay, interesting. Did not know that. Let me Google this. We're gonna Google it live. Let's see. I want to
Googling live.
Manga artwork. Yo, okay. I hate when all we get are pictures like this. Like, no, just give me an actual preview, not a preview of somebody reading it. You can sort of see the art, I guess. Okay. All right. Cool. Is this it? Oh yeah, the Japanese version. You can sort of see it. Yeah, it's typical Tanabe art. It's gonna look great. So there you go. Shout out to Dark Horse.
I think they're treating these like at this point I'm gonna say they're treating these books as like their own Junji Ito line of books.
I hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
Where like it seems they're intent on putting everything out there and it's just a matter
Right.
of time and they just do one like periodically.
How many of these HP manga have they done so far?
I have a list actually right in front of me.
Let's go. Nice. We
let
come
me see
prepared for this show, folks.
I'm gonna share my screen actually.
Yeah.
So I can just show people what I've done.
Hold on, I got you. There we go.
Okay, so this I was gonna make a little like Twitter thread just to put it out there for people to be aware. So I just wrote this up in a few minutes earlier today. So the H.P. Lovecraft by Go Tanabe, all of these were published in Enterbrain's Seinen magazine Comic Beam. Enterbrain, formerly Enterbrain Incorporated, and ASCII Film Company Limited, is a division of Kadokawa Future Publishing. And I put these all in order of publication. So starting off in 2007 was The Outsider, which was a collection of short stories by various authors, including The Outsider by H.P. Lovecraft. That has not yet been published in English. Then years later in 2014, he did The Hound and Other Stories, short story collection, including The Hound, The Temple, and The Nameless City. That was the first one that Dark Horse put out. Then we have the 2015 single volume release of The Color Out of Space, which is the one that we were just talking about. Then in 2016, The Haunter of the Dark, which is another single volume release, including the short story Dagon. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but like dragon without the R. Then also in 2016, At the Mountains of Madness. This was the second thing that Dark Horse published. It was originally 4 volumes in Japan, 2 volumes by Dark Horse, before being compiled into a single deluxe hardcover.
Now I can read it. Sorry.
The Shadow Out of Time was published as a single volume in 2018. The Call of Cthulhu was a single volume from 2019, which we got last year, I believe, from Dark Horse. The Shadow over Innsmouth was from 2020, published as 2 volumes in Japan, and then a single volume by Dark Horse, I think like 2 years ago. And then the Dunwich Horror, 2021, in 3 volumes. I imagine but when that gets released in English, it'll probably be split into 2 volumes or maybe just a single volume, just shove all of it into one. And then the Cats of Ulthar and Other Stories from 2023, the short story collection, including the Cats of Ulthar, Celephais, and the Other Gods. And then I didn't look into it far enough to figure this out, but the Randolph Carter story, or Randolph Carter's story, or in Japanese, Randolph Carter Monogatari. This started last year.
Fancy.
Might still be ongoing. I didn't look far enough to see if it's concluded or not. I just know that it's the most recent thing that he's worked on. So we still have at least 3, we need the story from The Outsider. I don't know if they just do the whole thing, but there's just one Lovecraft story there. We need the single volume of The Haunter of the Dark. We need the Shadow Out of Time. We need the Dunwich Horror. We need the Cats of Ulthar and Other Stories. And then eventually, because I'm assuming that it's not ready yet, I don't know that it's been physically released in a volume. It's probably still being published. but I'll clear that up before I make any other posts about it. Randolph Carter's story. So 6 more total licenses, I guess, that they would have to pick up to be done. So there's plenty to choose from here. We're only like 5 books in. So there's plenty to pick.
According to the Annie list, it ended with 7 chapters. The Carter one, the Randolph, whatever.
All right, so I will put.
It says start date June 12th, 2024, and it ended December 12th, 2024.
So it's pretty recently concluded. So it's probably a single volume. We'll go with that, but I'll just put a question mark on it just in case.
I like that. If you go to Annie list, the staff says Go Tanabe, story and art, and then original story H.P. Lovecraft, and there's a whole section dedicated to him. And you can see like all the manga that's based off his work and whatnot. But it's wild to me that he's there alongside all the anime stuff.
Silly.
And if you go to Go Tanabe's Twitter, which I just did, his latest tweet is that he bought. This is super wholesome. He's playing Echoes of Wisdom, the Zelda game.
The Zelda one, yeah.
That is super wholesome. Love it.
And he has other works that are not related to Lovecraft. So if these do well enough,
out of the ones available, what's the best one to try first? I would go for my pick. Sorry, it would be freaking Mountains of Madness. That was my introduction, and I loved it.
I was gonna say, if these do well enough, maybe we'll get some of his non-Lovecraft works, just because he's a pretty great. But yeah, I don't remember. Are the single volumes still available for Mountains of Madness?
I think so. Let me double check.
I'm looking at the Bezos site. Yeah,
it's a race.
Yes.
Race. You're probably gonna beat me, but yeah.
I just looked. The paperbacks are still available. So if you did want to just sample, or if you wanted something that's more of a sample, The Hound and Other Stories has 3 short stories, and it's also cheaper. But those, while they are fun, At the Mountains of Madness is significantly better. So yeah, I would agree and say to start there.
Chat, I am so old that when I see you guys type HP, immediately I think of Hewlett Packard, and I'm having a tough time separating Hewlett Packard from H.P. Lovecraft. Sorry, I just wanted to point that boomer moment here.
I think about Hit Points.
Hit Points also true. That one novel series with the magical people that they hate.
Oh yeah,
you know which one?
Yeah, I hope that helped alleviate the question there. I literally made that, like, I finished my work for the day and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna type this up real quick.
But those are fun things to type out, so it's all good. So yeah, this is coming out. We're gonna talk about it later. So good on Dark Horse. Next one, Living the Line.
Yeah.
Revealed a multi-volume book deal with Marina Shirakawa Estate and other manga releases for this year. The publisher revealed on Tuesday that it has acquired a multi-volume deal with the estate of Marina Shirakawa. The yet announced titles are slated for 2026, early 2027. In addition, the company revealed its 2025 lineup of releases. The horror imprint will release Shinichi Koga's Mansek, which we've talked about. It's coming out next month. And then in May, they're putting out Face Meat from Bontantaro. 2 unannounced classic horror manga will release in September and December. That's pretty cool. They do have a note here. The above image of works by Shirakawa does not confirm these are the titles, but you can get a feel for that stuff. Let me enhance this beautiful image. Shout out to Enemies News Network for this work. I don't know what I'm looking at here, but it looks fantastic and super blurry. Medusa's there. Okay, not to be confused with the Inhumans. This is the other Medusa. You got some UFO stuff, some grotesque zombies with brains spilling out. Christopher Columbus?
My
I don't know. I don't know
my
what I'm looking at, but that's cool. I hope the last one seems like a yokai book, so if it is, I'm gonna get that. That should be exciting.
my favorite part about the UFO mushroom one was all of the like actual mushroom like scientific information that was just like shoved in
Oh,
between the
I need to
story.
get that book. Yeah. Yeah.
Like it has like an ongoing story about like what's actually going on, like little vignettes basically, but like in between all these vignettes it's just like information about mushrooms.
I love mushrooms. I don't endorse the hold on, blurry. Come on, man. Come on, stupid. There we go. Okay. I don't endorse. I don't know what I was saying. I like mushrooms. There we go. Not the ones that you're thinking of, just the regular ones that you eat.
I don't enjoy eating mushrooms, but I think that they're fun.
Right.
Um,
Shiitake. I had some shiitake mushroom not too long ago. That's my favorite out of the bunch.
I am the type of person. It's very funny because I will eat like everything and anything, and I even like stuff that people like turn away from. They're like, no, don't eat that." And I'm like, "I'll try it." And I might not enjoy it, but I'll try it. But like mushrooms, I've tried so many times, and I just
Yeah.
could never. And it's a lot of people are like, "Oh, the texture," because they're like, kind of slimy. I'm like, no, I don't care. Like the texture's fine. I cannot do the taste.
The taste of it, yeah.
And
But have you tried all of them?
I've
Is
tried the
there's so
only
many to choose from.
the only one that I've been fine with is the enoki mushrooms.
Okay.
Because I feel like they don't have that same like earthy flavor. They almost are like flavorless to me when I've had them.
Right.
But like the typical like the average type of mushrooms like that they'll put on top of like a steak or like in burgers or like on pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like those. I've had shiitake and have not liked those either. But for any type of food that I've ever disliked, which at this point the only remaining thing that I actively know about is mushroom, um, I tend to eat them again every several years because your taste buds change.
Right.
So I eat them and then I'm always like, ah, crap, nope, still the same. A few years, I try it again like every few years, and it's disappointing to me myself because I eat like everything. I will eat like trash, but I can't eat a mushroom.
One of my favorite things. If you're up for it, I don't eat red meat, so sometimes with a burger, I'll substitute it with portobello mushroom, the big ones, the big
Yeah,
mushroom caps. That is so good. I love that. That's one of my favorite things to eat as a
I think
burger.
one time I had a pickled mushroom.
Yeah.
I liked that. That was like one of the other very few times that I've had a mushroom that I liked. Um,
Wait, have you had mushroom at an expensive or a place
I've
with well-made food? Most
like
places just boil.
every type of place that you could imagine. I've gone to all different places. I've had all different types. And that's how I know like
Man.
that's how I'm aware of like the very few that I actually like. And I've tried to make it pretty clear that like I'm trying. Like I literally try as much as I can, and I keep having distaste for them, and it distresses me because I will like I eat stuff that people don't like. I eat stuff that that a lot of people turn away, won't even talk about, or like won't even take a look at. I've eaten insects, I've eaten tongue, I've eaten like
Oh,
all kinds,
insects.
and I'm fine with all of it. And it's just for some reason the mushrooms are still the thing that eludes me.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry. I froze. I'm probably gonna freeze again, so watch out. Uh, try hen of the woods. They aren't cheap, but taste just like chicken. No joke.
I'm sure they do, and I'd
I've
probably
heard
be
about
fine
that. Yeah.
with those also. But just to since there's so many different types, I usually like
Respect you for continuing to retry stuff. I've sworn up olives. Ooh, Secret Minds win. I love olives. I could eat all of them.
Dude,
Love every single one.
I had just like I bought some of those like I bought some like containers from the grocery store of like antipasta and stuff like that, and like I got this one that was just filled with like green and black olives, olive oil, some spices, and like I think like feta cheese, and I ate the whole thing like in one sitting as if it was a
Hell
meal.
yeah. Love it.
I love like briny flavor of olives. And there's certain beers that I drink that actually taste like the same as olive, and I'm like, oh man, like I don't know if you've ever had a pickle beer, but like to me,
I haven't. Oh,
pickle beer almost tastes more like olives.
interesting. Okay, I've had pickled popcorn, which was an interesting flavor.
Are you into? Do you like pickles?
Yes, I do.
Pickled cucumbers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll
I'm
try
just
to.
not heavy on the alcohol. So.
I can try and see because I know like we have a Texas brand here that does what's it called? Del Dixie, I believe is the brand.
Oh, dude, look into that. Hook me up.
Yeah, I'll see if I can't grab like because I think they sell them by the can at the grocery store. So maybe I can send you a single can.
Let's go. Going back to UFO Mushroom and Living the Line and the Smudge line. Sorry. Shirakawa originally launched the horror manga in 1976 under Akebono Publishing. Shirakawa was a manga creator, illustrator, and folklorist. She passed away in the year 2000. Sorry. He provided illustrations for projects related to Japanese folklore and H.P. Lovecraft. Hey, look at that. Comes full circle to Lovecraft. Living the Line stated in his manga works that he drew bizarre and harrowing manga about such things as UFO invasions, time-traveling vampires, and zombie cats. Shout out to the zombie cats. Okay, that's going to be interesting. So, yeah, cool. Seems like they're going all in on the pulpy horror stuff from, like, ages ago. Shout out to Smudge.
We're getting some Viz announcements tomorrow.
Oh, we're at that time already? Okay.
We shouldn't be. They just moved it up because we were so like Colleen and Will and I were talking, and Will just literally, I think last week asked like, "Hey, are we live streaming?" It's probably going to be the 31st or the Friday after that. And we're like,
okay.
Yeah. And so like we're just like kind of like barely planned to have done it. I didn't even ask like for time off tomorrow to do the stream yet.
Okay. Whoa. All right. The tweet says, get ready to fuel your manga passion with upcoming announcements. Tomorrow, we're serving up something special with a fire emoji. That can mean so many things. The things I want will not get announced, but I am excited either way for just any announcements. I like that time of year when it happens. I will be at work, so I won't live stream or anything, but I'll talk about it online later. And you know what? If you follow my channel, Manga Geekdom Live, I'll talk about them on my channel. Those are Saturday night streams. So that's the topic for this week's stream, guys. So follow me there. James, if you can put up the link, if you're still here, I'd appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. There we go. My man. Let's go, dude. Manga Geekdom Live right there. That's where I do my live streams for Manga Geekdom. Red Cat Ramen, please. That's all I want, among other things. But come on. Let's do Seven Seas. Seven Seas announced more stuff this week. We got 4 titles, right? Seven Seas. Yeah, 4 more. 5 titles.
Magic Maker and 4 more.
Also licensed I Can't Stand Being Your Childhood Friend. More. Okay. Are you guys lazy? Are you skipping out on stuff? Hold on.
No, it's 6 total, and then they did a special edition of one of the
Oh, okay.
the special edition of one of the Danmei, but it's 6 total. So that's everything. I know last week I missed one.
This is important. It's going to be a full lineup of spicy books with big personalities. For Viz, let's do it. Secret Mind Twin. I'm going to come back to your message in a bit because I got a joke to tell you guys. Seven Seas. All right. The first one here, this is a novel, right? Winter Wolf?
That is a manhwa.
Manhwa. Shout out to the manhwa. I'm going to skip it. Sorry. Here's a manga. Magic Maker, How to Create Magic in Another World by Kazuki Kaburagi, Tomozo Nishioka, and Kururi. Did I say that right? Kururi. There we go. That's weird. The first volume comes out in September. Little Shion has a secret. He is the reincarnation of a man from another world who died longing for magic, hoping that he might at last harness the power of magic in this new world. He finds that magic doesn't exist here either. But when Shion visits a lake with his sister, he witnesses a mysterious phenomenon that seems like the magic he yearns for. If magic doesn't exist, can he make it himself? I love that premise. That's going to be creative, I think. And I like the cover too. It's very sweet.
I saw someone in the comments of their announcement on Twitter say that this one got axed, but I think it's based off of a light novel. So
I think so too, because it has the artist first in the credits, and that typically happens when it's based off a light novel or a novel. So,
yeah.
Shout out. Go check them out. The next one is I Can't Stand Being Your Childhood Friend by An Momose. This comes out in October, Volume 1. It's a BL book. Aoi and Ryota have been friends for as long as they can remember, so when it comes time to head off to college, it can only make sense for them to room together. Practically joined at the hip, they are convinced that their relationship will stay the same forever until one day, Aoi wakes up to find Ryota leaning in to kiss him. Now Aoi must unpack this bewildering development, but he just can't seem to forget Ryota's touch. Cool. And then the next one, this cover is wild. It's not my favorite, but it made me chuckle because I don't know what's happening. I don't even know what this manga is about. We're going to find out together. I haven't read these. Sacrifice of My Manly Soul. This is by Sotsu Hasebe. First volume comes out in August. 16-year-old Todo Jun's world is flipped upside down when he's forced to enroll in an all-girls school to pay off his family's staggering 4 billion yen debt. The twist, the student council is secretly made up of boys in the same predicament. Exposing their true identities would mean social annihilation, but sticking around might be even worse. Shout out.
So this one is the one I'm probably the most interested in because it kind of sounds like prison school.
It has those vibes going for it.
Yeah. Like guys in a all-girls school, except in this one, the guys are like cross-dressing to like hide themselves.
Yeah.
So it's like prison school with an extra level to it of like they have to keep their identity secret or else they're gonna be screwed.
The other one here is I'm running for Crown Princess, but all I want is a steady paycheck. This is by Yuri Seo, Makana Watari, and Okaya. There we go. This first volume comes out in September. Therese, is that how you say it? The daughter of an impoverished marquis works hard day and night to save every penny she can just to scrape by. One day she's offered a chance to change her status and situation by competing to become the next royal consort. She hesitates, unsure that someone as poor as herself could even be a consort, and decides to decline the opportunity. That is until she learns that just being a candidate could lead to a high-paying position as a lady-in-waiting. Determined to take the chance, she decides to go for it, but when she arrives at the castle, she realizes that this competition is way more cutthroat than she anticipated. Can Therese's down-to-earth attitude keep her safe and above fray, or will this contest cost her everything? Sounds pretty fun. I like the cover. I like the colors on that cover. And the last one here is, this is the best name. Is it Boss Bitch Baby? Is that what we're going for? Right? Yeah, it's censored, but we can assume it's bitch. Boss Bitch Baby. I love that. This is by Docto. First volume comes out in December. Hojin Ko has found himself in quite a predicament. First, he's chased by a dangerous gang of loan sharks seeking payment for a loan his lying brother took out before disappearing. With no money to pay them back, Hojin braces for the death blow until suddenly he's rescued by a mysterious group of people in suits. Then, when he comes to, he's face to face with the former one night stand who presents a crazy proposition: become the man's boy toy, and Hojin's loan will be completely paid off. Hojin wrestles with such an offer, but eventually agrees to the unhinged corporate heir's conditions for 1 year. At first, it seems he's nothing more than a pet and playing for the wealthy man, but the more time he spends with him, the more Hojin sees a lonely man. As they grow closer and feelings change, will the two find comfort in each other? Or is this just the start of bad decisions for Hojin? Boss Bitch Baby. Sounds like a title for a live action movie.
It's like Boss Baby
To the 10th degree. Love it. So yeah, pretty interesting. Nothing particularly here for me, although Sacrifice of My Manly Soul sounds pretty fun. And I do like Magic Maker. That could be something I could check out further down the line, but love it. Shout out to Seven Seas. Seven Seas will Seven Seas. You got it, Josh. Let's move on to some reads again. This time we're gonna go over this thing that I read. Stellar Friends. This is by this is a weird way to spell it because it's supposed to be hold on everybody, hold on.
Smiling Friends.
What's up?
Is it like Smiling Friends?
What do you mean, the photo?
No, because it's Stellar Friends. So I don't know.
Oh no. I meant the author's name is Ichi no Hei with spaces in between.
I was making a joke about Stellar Friends being similar in name to Smiling Friends.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I did not catch that. Okay, so I read this one. Premature on my part, probably. I don't know. I'm gonna call it. I think this is probably gonna end up being one of my favorites for 2025 when it comes to new reads. The premise, you can read it here in Manga Plus. Unable to accept the death of his best friend, Octo-chan, Yota makes a forbidden wish on a night of despair. What appeared before his eyes was the genius Ichinohe debuts with an impactful zero. Whatever, I don't care about your geniusness. So basically, the first two chapters are out. It can get horrific. It surprised me that yes, it is rated teen plus, but this does not have the warning that other manga that I've read they put on there, like for self-harm or more darker themes and such. This has no warning whatsoever, but it can get pretty graphic. So we follow the character of Yota. He is this young kid. Let me show you the beginning. Hold on, because this is like some Full Metal Alchemist type shit at the beginning. This is Yota, and this is Octo-chan.
Oh,
so the quick premise is that his best friend, she dies, and he's doing everything imaginable to bring her back through occult means. And basically, what comes out may or may not be the real thing. We're gonna have to find out when we read the series. But you can take a look. I love the art. It borders between like cartoony and like really sick and demented at times. But I love that stuff. Kane, I am so sorry. What did I come back to? This is Yota, a 6-year-old recluse. And you see him doing this, trying to summon his friend back, Octochan, and then we flash back to his, I think 3 years ago or something like that, and this made me chuckle so much. So here in class, they had this assignment where everybody had to write what they want to be in the future. And Yota writes he wants to be Chupacabro. Chupacabro is a superhero, Super Sentai in this universe. He is based off the Chupacabra. I did a double take. I'm like, are you messing with me? What is happening here? So the whole class just laughs it off, and Yota is embarrassed and just says like, "Oh, this is just me being silly," but he actually meant it. He wanted to be a superhero, basically, and that's one of the interesting traits of Yota. He is a kid that wants or prefers to play with his imagination and not necessarily socialize or play around in the backyard with people or do sports or whatever. So he's more interested in the whimsical and the fantastical. Here's Chupacabro, the actual toy. And it is, I kept thinking, like, is this a mistake? Are they just getting random Spanish words? But no, this is based off the cryptid, Chupacabra. Right. This scene I enjoyed. It's super sad, but I enjoyed it. It's not because I particularly hate anyone or anything that he won't play with other kids. It's just that everyone else hates playing make-believe now. That is super sad. And I think we all went through that at some point during our childhoods when people started like, oh, I don't want to play that anymore. I'm going to do grown-up stuff now. And that's when we start losing the essence of what makes us unique. And we start becoming like regular people. But homie here, he says, maybe I should try fitting in with everyone else. But this is one of my favorite scenes of the whole first chapter. He makes the voice for Chupacabro, and there's a parenthesis here saying it's a deep voice. So I'd imagine like a super deep, gravelly voice saying, playing with one's mind is far more exciting than hitting balls. Because they were talking about sports. You're right, Chupacabro. Looks like it's just you and me again today. Let's rumble. And does the Chupaca blast. So that leads into this scene where the wall breaks. He thinks he made that happen, but it's actually Octochan that shows up. She had a hammer, and she's, I don't want to say crazy, but she's kind of cuckoo because she is heavily into the occult and wants to find the fantastical stuff, like the supernatural elements, and isn't necessarily invested in regular human interactions. She makes it a point that they want to find the supernatural stuff in life, like, so they have a weird rocky start to their friendship, but they quickly become friends because they're both fans of the Chupacabro and the occult and the magic and all that weird stuff that we like as well. So they become best friends. We move forward in time to the present, I guess, in high school. And long story short, they're on a quest to find, I believe it was a ghost or something like that, in an abandoned home or building. And I'm afraid to show it because we're going to get yellowed if I do. But the ceiling caves and crushes Octochan, and she dies. So years pass, and our main protagonist is devastated because that is his true friend, best friend, and potential love interest and crush. And like Octochan's mom is devastated and blames Yota, and it's a very powerful scene at a funeral, which impacted me, I guess. And Yota, in desperation, wants to revive her any way possible. At the start of the manga, they have this conversation here where she's talking about shooting stars and how they'll grant you wishes and all that stuff, like we do in real life, the saying that we tell kids. But this is, I'm going to spoil it. This is literally true for this manga. Actually, how do I do this? Let me take this off the screen. I don't want to show the super gory stuff because that's the thing. This shows like super wacky, fun character drawings. And then when the shit hits the fan, it is really detailed and macabre. Just to show you the craziness here. Hold on. At school, they want Octo-chan to write an apology letter for all the crazy stuff she gets involved with. And Yota's like, well, do you want her to apologize when she tried to burn the roof off the school, or when she tried to dig a tunnel at the backyard, or when she did a sacrifice to a temple god, or when she electrocuted somebody? She's that type of character. Let me scroll. Hey, hold on. Yeah, can you see my preview, Riley, on down below on the?
Not currently.
You can't see it. Oh, okay. I can't. I don't want to show it. I'll just show this. So essentially, what happens is that she fortunately passed away. And in an act of desperation, he starts doing everything imaginable, necromancy, resurrection, and all the potions and spells and all that nonsense. But it doesn't work. So in a last-ditch effort, he remembers the conversation they had about the shooting stars and makes the most desperate wish possible from the depths of his soul to bring her back. And it does happen. She comes back. But check this out. This is where the manga gets extremely trippy. The actual shooting star arrives to their home. And turns out that let me see if I get this right. The shooting star is part of an intergalactic alien species that they live for the idea of granting people's wishes if they are sincere enough. For them, granting a wish is similar to the fulfillment of a species or humans trying to have sex for the purpose of procreation or enjoyment or whatever. So they equate that sex stuff to them fulfilling wishes. It's weird, but hang in there. It gets weirder. So he revives Octo-chan. It's this Japanese Grant Morrison. I don't know. So Octo-chan comes back as this, just a mountain of anime heads, like Funko Pop heads. And we are beings of the infinite. We have come to grant your wish from the edge of the universe. And look at all this psychedelicness right there. Look at that. Grants the wish, and Octo-chan comes back. Obviously, as you keep reading with chapter 2, I'm going to reveal what happens there, but they do explain the origin, sort of the shooting star, and Octo-chan may or may not be 100% right on the head, in her head, and you see that she has the stars on her forehead. That also means something. But yeah, I think it's fairly unique. I love the art. I love how crazy bonkers the story is, that it switches between cute, nerdy, and then to like macabre violence, and then like body horror stuff. Like, hell yeah, let's go. So I do recommend it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's definitely unique amongst a sea of stuff that is not. So Stellar Friends, you can check it out on Manga Plus for free. If you keep up with it, you can read it for free. Right now we have 2 chapters, and I highly recommend them. I like chapter 2 even more. Let me take this off screen for a minute, because I do want to show you a panel from chapter 2 where you see an explanation for the star. And it was hilarious, because you think, oh, the translators just gave up, and then people were asking, like, did they give up, or is the Japanese version the same? And it turns out it is the same. Let me show you this real quick. Wait. Hold on. There we go. I'm just going to show you this scene real quick. He's explaining the thing is explaining again. We are beings of the infinite, nomads who travel across the universe. Us infinite beings love to grant wishes. That is why we roam the universe. However, most of life is on the brink of extinction. I was in quite the bind. Luckily, I found this star, which I assume means the sun, and you, Yota Okubi, and so now I'm here. I'll believe you now. Da, 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 da. Then allow me to explain further. This is the scene where he's trying to explain it, and there is written text. If you can, I don't know if you can see it, to the right side of the panel. You have to tilt your head, but then it starts crossing over into Japanese, and you can't eventually make out what is being said. So people were saying, like, is this like did the translator just give up because it's too much? But it turns out it's the same thing with the original Japanese version. So yeah, this is wacky. I dig it. I'm gonna come back for this for chapter 3, and I'm so excited. If you guys want to check it out, I do recommend Stellar Friends. Again, this creator, I don't know a lot about. Ichi no Hey, they have a Twitter, and the only listed things on AniList, which is my preferred database, Okuriko, and another thing called Shitsuren Beginning, but both are one-shots, so I don't know about this creator whatsoever. But man, what a way to start with wish fulfillment and body horror. Shout out. But what's even more, what's even cooler, if you will, is that we have a sponsor that has a lot of manga. A lot of the manga that we talked about tonight, when they eventually come out, like the Go Tanabe book, you can find it at InStockTrades.com, your home for collected editions. You get your Omnibus, trade paperback, hardcovers, and more for great discounted prices that range from 42 to 50% off at times. Free shipping in the US at $50 or more. There's a loyalty discount, which adds an extra 2% to your already discounted book. Great packaging, wonderful customer service, only at InStockTrades.com. Shout out. Oh, and we still have another week left. So next week, we will be doing, or it could happen tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be next week. We're going to do the gift card giveaway. So be on the lookout on one of the 3 shows. It could happen on one of them. So if you want a $50 gift card, that's courtesy of InStockTrades.com. All you got to do is show up to the streams, hang out, and we pick out a winner towards the end from the live chat. So shout out to InStockTrades.com. Whew. All right. That's it. That's all I got. Let's see. Insufferable Omnibus Collector. Where can people find you on the
tomorrow? I think I'm going to be live streaming on Colleen's channel.
Oh, you are going to do it? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have time to like prepare for the Viz license stream because we were assuming next week at the earliest.
Right.
But I mean, Colleen's able to host, and I mean, Will has a work from home day, so he said he'd be good to jump on, and then I can just take my lunch break, I guess, earlier than I usually do and just do that. So we're just like panic, like making our bingo board right now. We're just trying to throw something. So if we do a bad job, then like, oops, sorry. But we're trying to guess, because last time they said something about like 7, oops, we mean 9, and they were like hinting at part 7 of JoJo's being solicited. Right. And this time it was like we're serving up some stuff, and so Will said something like, are they doing like a so get ready to fuel your manga passion with upcoming announcements tomorrow. We're serving up something special. So something food related maybe. And then I was like, maybe they're like serving like dancing or whatever, and so I was like beat and motion, and because that one's anime is around the corner, and then Will said like, well, maybe serving like something fashion related. So I don't know where they're going with it, but I'll look into some stuff. See.
Wait. Serving food. Red Cat Ramen is about cats serving ramen to people.
I will remind them.
Hold on. All right, I'm gonna tweet this shit.
Leo has reminded me that Red Cat Ramen is about cats serving food to people.
Cats. Wait, do I retweet it or do I comment on their tweet?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Comment Red Cat Ramen serving up, and then I'll look at other, because the only other like immediately things that come to mind are like, oh, are they going to re-release Food Wars for some reason? I couldn't really imagine
Food
that.
Wars box set.
Yeah, like but there's, I don't think there's anything related to Food Wars coming out anytime soon.
No.
So probably not, or like doing more Oishinbo, but that would be crazy. That'd be
wild, man.
Extremely unexpected.
You know what is going to get announced? The Ito book that they missed from last year, the Moaning.
I mentioned that the Ito book never officially got announced, so that could finally get the official announcement. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Colleen said that they're going to add Red Cat Ramen to the bingo board.
Yay!
I'm going to look and see if there's anything else like food related. Because I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's more stuff out there. Unless it's like you got served and it's dancing related, by which case I think Beat in Motion would be the best. But they're like, not just like we're serving up, but the way that they also said like, get ready to fuel your manga because I'm thinking fuel your stomach, but like, what if fuel your manga passion is like cars? They're doing.
They should play the Metallica song "Fuel."
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double shots.
Manga.
Or maybe they're doing Cars, Disney Pixar's Cars, the manga.
The Cars, the manga. Thank you, Kane. Appreciate it. Live stream tomorrow over here, right there on Colleen's Manga Rights channel.
Yeah, we'll do our regular like bingo to guess the stuff, and so everyone can choose to join us or not. But we'll have fun over there. We'll miss
and
you.
The aftermath, we'll have it next week here. We can talk about it and see if we got it right. Right.
Yeah, one of these days, maybe like the stars will align and you'll be able to join one of those shows.
I know, I want to, but they're typically on Fridays and I work, so I can't do them.
I don't know, like maybe one day you'll have a holiday or something and it'll work out. I don't know how holiday days work at your work.
We barely get them.
Yeah.
We get like 5. That's it. So that's going to happen. You can find me on Blue Sky, Manga Geekdom, social media. And there's the Discord link. So you can join. It's free to join. And you can hang out over there. And my YouTube channel, Manga Geekdom, here on YouTube. I should have a video up Monday for the Ashitona Joe hardcover. And I should be doing a first impressions on a couple books that I won't reveal just yet because they haven't arrived. So I'm hoping that they arrive this weekend so that I can work on it for next week. So thank you, everybody, for joining. We truly do appreciate it. Tomorrow, we have another stream. The Q&A Friday show, or technically doesn't have a name. I just say Q&A for the hell of it, but it's not really a Q&A. It's just an Omnibros stream. James was quick to point out, nothing gets by you, sir. You also still need to have a makeup show. That should happen next week. Stay tuned.
I asked about it for like yesterday, but I was exhausted,
Right.
and Lou also like didn't sleep at all the night before and like had just gotten home like right when they would have probably started it. So that didn't happen yesterday, but
So next week.
so maybe next week, maybe next Wednesday. But I'm gonna I might join on the Monday show next week. So we'll see.
You're gonna have a fun time on the Monday show.
Well, because there's actually books that I'm like non-manga books. There
Right.
was nothing this week, but next week there are 2 Omnis that I'm excited about.
Right. Yeah, the Monday show is very different from when you were last on. It's so chaotic. You're gonna have a fun time. I promise. AMA, Red Cat Ramen getting physical localization would be amazing. I would still pick that up. Yes, let's go. Here's the links. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. Wait, more comments. I also picked up Duty Dragon and Steel of the Celestial Shadow Volume 4. Looking forward to reading so much this weekend. I don't have Celestial Shadow 4. I need to pick that up. Thank you for reminding me.
I have like so many things that I need to read right now, and I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to just veg out this weekend and read because I need to do it.
Jess watching WWE on Mondays is always fun. Yeah, we get live commentary as Jess watches Raw Mondays. I don't know why, but it's a thing now.
I didn't know that Jess like regularly watched wrestling.
Yeah, only for the women wrestling.
Oh, sure, of course.
He doesn't know what's happening, but it's fun, and you get some really funny commentary as it happens. All right, that's it, gang. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. God bless. Stay safe out there. We'll be back tomorrow and then Monday and yada yada. You know the drill. Thank you all. Good night. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.